I know what's wrong with you. I could tell you right now.
Me?
Yeah.
What's wrong with me?
I'll tell you. You
Okay.
totally blew it on the vacuum campaign. Do you remember how I came home and I was saying, like, why is it 100% of the things that break during cleaning are broken by you? Do you know what the correct answer was? What was the answer you gave?
It's because I do all the cleaning.
That's the correct answer. You did not say it that day.
Oh.
Yeah, you did not say because 100% of the cleaning is done by me. That's why everything breaks when I'm cleaning.
So this means I just have to work with that dangerous vacuum cleaner that could crush our children at any moment because I didn't give you the right answer in that moment. Pew, get me a new vacuum cleaner. Just stop all this complaining and forcing me to go to circumvent all the other ways where we live right in the same house. In fact, we are across the same table right now. I'm announcing you. Tell your relative I need a new vacuum cleaner. I'm the one who does all the cleaning. There, is that better?
That's how you handle that situation. Guess who's getting a new vacuum cleaner for Christmas this year?
Christmas?
Yeah. How have you been?
I was hoping for it sooner than
Can
Christmas.
we cheers, or is the table too wide? It's good to see you, Swinky. It's been a long time since we've had a conversation.
Uninterrupted.
Yeah. We usually get a sentence before. Papa, poop.
It's not even a sentence sometimes.
No.
It's like he can sense. He can sense you're about to say something to me.
Yep. And then he hoovers up the attention away.
Yeah.
Or when I get into the house in the morning and Aldrich is sitting in the living room playing and I just want to say good morning to him and I touch the gate. Papa!
Oh, Darius. He's so wonderful, though.
Have you picked a favorite?
Smart. Picked a fit? Not yet.
Okay.
It's hard to pick.
Right? I thought it would be easier. Especially with how the first one behaved.
You thought it would be easier to pick a favorite? This is the thing. In some moments, I have not a favorite, but someone I prefer to be around.
Yeah.
In certain moments.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I think we all know which one
yes.
you'd rather be around.
He's so intense.
Darius?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's really intense. He's too intense for me. I think about my dad and maybe growing up, I was too intense for him. And I'm wondering if this is what I've, if I've earned. First of all, I'd absolutely earned the colic for the first year.
Yes.
And now I'm guessing this is what I deserve. Let's get it back on you, babe.
Okay. Wait, why?
What? Because we want to talk to you.
But my life is about the kids right now.
I understand that. I do have a question that I've wanted to ask you for a while, and it might be a question that
does your tea have a message for the world?
It does.
Mine just says stash.
Would you? It's just like stuff yourself.
Yeah.
Would you like to know your fortune for today?
Yes.
You are unlimited. Huh. Doesn't that change everything?
I can feel myself soaring already. You wanted to ask me questions about myself.
Yeah, I can feel myself boring already. Yes, I wanted to ask a question. It might be one that we incorporate into the next version of this show that I've been rattling around on for a while. What does it feel like to be as old as you are?
That is a good question.
Isn't it?
Yes. To be as old as I am.
Yeah.
First of all, it's disorienting at certain times when I realize, I'm not one of you anymore. And I haven't been for a very long time. Like yesterday, we were at the park. I was the old mom. There were some teenage kids doing some videos, preteen kids doing some videos for TikTok. And, they were jumping over the fence and falling over. And they were just, like, oh, let's do it again. No, you look really good. And I was thinking, I haven't been that person for a long, long time.
You and I design our lives around not falling over a fence. From when we wake up to when we go to bed, every decision is in the opposite direction of falling over fences. Yes, mother.
Do you remember that time in Kenya?
When
at Mom's house when I tried to climb over the fence because we didn't have the key? Yes. And then what did you tell me?
All the grace of a hippopotamus.
I remember to this day, I'm scarred.
Darius has insulted you worse than I ever have.
Oh my goodness. I still to this day remember him telling me that my cooking is like skunks and feet going to the darkness.
Forever remember that, mother. He is a writer.
Isolated.
But back to you. What does it feel like?
Disorienting.
To be the age that you are?
Yes. That I always have to recalibrate. I have to consciously recalibrate not every day, but often. I have to think about, okay, who am I now in this moment? I'm mom. I'm Swinky, yes, but also Swinky with, lines. I have to look at myself in the mirror and realize, oh, okay, I'm getting older. I'm becoming my mom. I'm doing these things like a person who's older does. And it's also freeing because I no longer have to prove anything to anyone ever. I can just be, and I can fail, and you laugh at me, and Darius laughs at me, and we hug, and everything's okay. I don't have to prove anything to anyone anymore. And I don't even know why I felt I had to prove anything to anyone when I was, younger. But being over 40 just feels like I'm finally coming into my own, and I wish I came into my own sooner. That's how I feel at this age. That's what getting older feels like. I should have just been like this from before. Why did I have to go through all that? But it makes sense that I have arrived at this point, and now I'm looking forward to being even older and knowing more and having had experienced more and being wise enough to be present. Not like when you're young, everything's like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, this needs to get done. But when you're older, you're forced to just sit and realize, this could end really, really soon. Anything could end this. You're lucky that it hasn't ended yet. So be here. So getting older, other than being disorienting, is very freeing.
It sounds like there's a lightness associated with it.
Yeah?
For you, at least.
For me?
Yeah.
What is it like for you?
I felt more of a weight, but much more rewarding, much more fun, and much more stimulating than being young. The weight comes in the physical form. I'm noticing that I'm not as spry as I once was, Mother. And the real weight comes in having an obligation to the two children.
Yes.
That kind of mandates my survival, which was always optional until they were born. They got me by the balls, don't they? Those two little kippers.
Yeah. They have you getting in the car and driving to a gym.
Yeah, they have me wanting to live to see 80, 90 if I can.
Yeah. And a healthy one, not where they're forced to take care of you.
Yeah. No, I'm not looking forward to the day when Darius is giving me a bath or anything like that. I'll hire someone.
Me neither. I will.
Or it gets stinky.
It's going to get a little dark, but I will end things before that happens.
Wait, so if I say, can you help me take a bath, you would shoot me in the head?
No, that's me taking care of you. That's different.
Okay.
But our kids doing that for us,
yeah,
they should be able to live their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't sign up for that.
Okay, so we're on this. It's like the zombie pact. If you get bitten, I'll shoot you. If I get bitten, you have to shoot me.
Yes.
Okay, so
I don't want to be a zombie.
We're totally on the same page.
Oh yeah. And I hope that this is my prayer.
Part of our marital responsibilities is assisted suicide.
Yes, I've signed up already. This is my hope, that we stay healthy together and we can take care of each other.
Yes.
And also our kids.
I mean, best case scenario, car crash or plane crash, so we both go at the same time.
Yeah.
Long down the road.
Yeah.
Possibly
90, please. If you're listening.
We're
90
for you,
after
baby.
90. After 90. Yeah.
So that leads to my next question is, and we're going to be doing this one incrementally, I believe.
Oh.
What's changed in the last 5 years for you?
In the last 5 years, I have become an American. I have become a mom.
Bum, 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 yeah! Wait, is that the wrong song?
Wait, what is it supposed to be?
Bum, 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 bum. Is that...
Love, love, love. Is that the one?
That's the one.
No, it's more like, burning to be an American.
Where at least I know I'm free. Yep, that's the one.
That's the one.
Do you feel that way?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love being an American. I was learning how to introduce myself in Armenian.
Now that you're an American?
Yes, Amerikatsi ennem.
What is that?
I'm American.
Oh.
Well, it's because it was for, I'm learning from Armenian Peace Corps lessons for people who are going to be in the Peace Corps. Peace Corps. And
Corps.
Yes. The Peace Corps.
Yep.
so the most of the people there are Americans who are trying to learn Armenian. So that's why she was introducing herself. And I thought, I'm just going to take that. I'm going to learn the Kenyan one. I should probably, but right now that's where I'm at. Sorry, what was the question?
What's changed in the last 5 years?
What's changed in the last 5 years?
You're planning on joining the Armenian Peace Corps, it seems.
In the last 5 years.
My darling, you are as flighty as the day I met you.
I know.
I know. Today.
What has changed in the last 5 years? Like I said, became a mom, became an American. And they have... because of those things, because of the second one, becoming a mom.
But you were a mom first and an American second.
That's true.
Yeah. Darius was there that day, wasn't he?
And he took that picture, and it was just us and one other guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I really appreciated the immigration officer who truly, it was his lunch break. He didn't go on lunch break, or he delayed his lunch break to take care of you two. But he truly understood that for him, it was another day in the office. For you two, it was one of the most important days of your lives. And he absolutely respected that. And, gave all the ceremony that one would hope for in that
I remember
naturalization process.
I'm grateful for that. And I want to ask you the same question as well, but I still want to run my mouth.
I hope you will.
So what has changed? I am a singer. But before I
think you're a sung right now.
I was a sanger. I used to sing.
You're a sang.
I would still like to keep singing, but that is so much in the back burner that I don't see myself as one. I have to sort of remind myself.
I'm going to disagree with the verbiage a little bit. There's no front burner, back burner. When you have a 1-year-old, there's one burner, and it's Aldrich right now.
Yes.
And once there's another burner, then you can talk about front and back.
Okay.
But right now, just like it's a matter of his survival that there's only one burner on your stove.
Yes. I want to ask you the same question, Pew. What has changed in the last 5 years?
I think, I could be wrong, but I think Thayu is going to be the first business that I run correctly. I think we learned a lot at Ice Block. We did a lot of things right. There were a lot of mistakes I made as a producer and as a co-owner of a business. You've seen Thayu. We kicked that thing off. I think it was January 2020, or February, and then March the lockdown happened. So we were a little bit kneecapped at the beginning. We survived the pandemic, and we've been trying to grow the business. And this might be... I always talk about the threshold of mediocrity, the baseline mediocrity, where you work and work and work and work at something, and you get to a point where you're fine. You're just fine at it. You're not good, but you aren't bad anymore. You're not technically incompetent. And I argue that nobody celebrates this milestone, but it's the most important milestone in any artistic or professional career. When you're finally like fine, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You're not bad anymore.
Yeah.
Nothing is more important.
It's a big deal.
Than that moment, because you don't ever have to be bad at it again.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm a great business leader or manager. I don't think I'm even good. I think I'm finally, after 15, 20 years of doing it, kind of like making it up as I went, I'm finally like, fine. I'm fine.
Yeah.
And we can finally get good. Like, that's the point from which you can actually get good at something.
Yes, because you figured out the basics. The foundation is laid. Yeah. You've made most of the mistakes.
We survived the pandemic, which was terrific. We were able to catch a couple of clients and retain some better ones. The business is no longer anemic. It is not, Schwarzenegger at his prime type body, but... We're building up some muscle tissue within the business.
And
it looks like this year we might, like within the next year or 2 years, we might go from fine to actually good at what we do. And then if we can keep that up for a couple of years, then I've kind of achieved one of the larger goals of my life, which was figuring out how to run a business. So I would say that's the biggest change in the last 5 years was hitting that baseline mediocrity with business management. Here's hoping that I can accelerate the growth and we can do it a little faster than 15 years per skill block.
Right, yeah. Oh, good for you, Piencho. I'm really proud of you. Every morning you wake up so early.
If I had said it that way, everyone would assume I was sarcastic.
Oh, really? Oh.
Every morning, Swinky, you wake up so early.
No, wait, what? No, I'm not being sarcastic.
I know, but just the intonation. Because it's you, you're fine. Everyone knows that you're actually sincere.
No, every morning. And then you, I'm so happy when we can have lunch together and then you get right back to work. And then you come home for dinner and the kids are so happy to see you. And you're just working every day. And then you come home and you still want to be happy papa.
I love it. I love it.
And give them your heart and your attention and brighten their faces with your silly tricks and your choo-choo trains and all the things that you come up with that I could never come up with because I'm so busy cleaning up after them. But you do it so well. You do all the things really well.
All those fun little games and tricks, honey, you think yourself to ignorance is all I can say.
Really?
Yeah. If you stop thinking, you'll be so good at doing the stupid things.
They love it.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. They worship you. Do you know that?
I know that they will come to understand that the feeling is mutual. If not, the worship goes further from me to you know what I mean? Like I look to them as just like these are incredible creatures walking this earth.
Yeah.
And I'm so lucky to be in their lives.
Yeah.
They could have been born to anyone on this planet.
But they chose us. And they love you so much. You and Kaderi were so cute falling asleep reading books last night.
I love it. I love it so much. You know, it's actually been maybe 6 months since I've actually gotten mad at him. I perform anger when he needs to straighten out and adjust his behavior to fit in with civilized society. But it's been a long time since I've actually gotten mad at him. He's getting it. He's really getting it.
Yeah.
So slowly and with so much friction.
You're a lot better at not getting angry with him than I am.
You get angry at him every day. You pick on him.
Do I? You think so?
Yeah, you call him boss just to...
Well, because he's not listening.
See, that's how long it took to go from, really? Do I? To, yeah, I did that.
Well, no, but is it picking on him? Is it? It is.
Yes. Yeah.
Am I a bully? You think I'm a bully?
I don't think you're a bully. The thing I keep coming back to is if it bugged him so much, he'd change his behavior.
That's
but
where I'm at.
He really doesn't.
Seriously, I'm just trying to help you here. I'm trying to help us. I'm trying to make this work. But he has to push back on everything, and that's the you in him. Yes. Also some me, but mostly you.
Yeah. No, the way he pushes
everything.
back on authority, that's me. That's not you.
Yeah.
Once or twice a year, he'll push back on some grammar or something I say, and that's you coming out on in him.
Yes.
But I am just going to go against what this authority figure says because I cannot stand being told what to do. That's 100% Papa, and maybe why I have more patience for it than you do.
Right. Well, we've talked about this. I'm trying to be a better person every day. The world is not going to get better. So I want to be among the people.
Do you truly believe that?
Yes.
Justify that sentence, because I don't agree with you. And I don't even believe you believe that.
I want to not believe it. This is where I'm coming from.
Yes.
So the rich continue to get richer. The poor continue to be stepped on to oblivion. And all their hope is being pulled farther and farther away from them. And by poor, I mean people who are not in a position where anyone can be interested in what they really need or want. People who no one cares about, which is most of us. Yeah. I know that in America, we are not poor. I know that. I am aware. But in the eyes of the people who have power, I know that we are nothing. And that has become really clear to me in the last few years. And it has worn me down as a human being. I have lost faith that we can make the world a better place. I was idealistic. I wanted to join Greenpeace, right?
That's why I got worried when you mentioned the Armenian Peace Corps.
Ah, really?
Yeah, because we always talk about me jumping on a plane and disappearing for a couple of months.
You've not thought about me jumping on a plane and disappearing?
When you mentioned the Armenian Peace Corps.
They just have better lessons because they're trying to get people to actually speak.
Yes.
So they just have better lessons that are, you don't have to be one-on-one with a teacher. Anyway, so where I'm coming from is a place of despair and sort of trying to figure out how to work with the despair that I'm feeling regarding the state of the world, because we have children, and I want, not just for my own selfish desires for my own children, I do want the world to be a better place. I do. That my hope is still there, but I haven't seen any signs of it. Not yet. I haven't seen the signs of the world getting better. So I've decided that people like me, whose voice means absolutely nothing to the rest of the world, people like me can decide to be good. Try to be better. Just try to be better. Little things here and there. I'm trying to be a better human being. For example, if I go to the park, this is a small example, and there's trash. Usually, I will leave it because I don't want to touch it. It's gross. But now I'm thinking, okay, I have my hand sanitizer. There's some water there. I have soap. I'll just clean. What I can do to make things better, I will do. Getting angry at Darius. To be a better human being, I am really trying to find out, why am I mad? Why is this annoying me? And not just about him being, he's insolent. Not just about that. What is it in me that is irritated by him so much? And it's been helping me a lot recently, just trying to find what is it in me that I can change to make me a better person and to allow me to have a more positive, general positive impact around the people I know and love.
You look like you're doing like a press tour right now, because you put on a white dress to look pure and virginal.
Really?
Like you just got caught embezzling and murdering children.
I'm trying to clean up my reputation. Yeah. No, I'm just trying to be.
I'm looking inside. I want to look inward in moments like these.
Impact, positive impact. No, I'm really. We've talked about this, and I've mentioned it. I want to be a better human being. Everything can be going up in flames, and I just want to be this one small, quiet center of calm and repose and, safety that I can come back to, or Kaderik and Mosh can come back to. I want to be that. Like my mom. I want to be like my mom. The end.
All right. Thank you for tuning in. Do you have any Instagrams and Twitters that we should follow?
No, I don't.
Smash that subscribe button.
Smash it.
No, I want to disagree with you. Am I allowed to disagree with you?
Absolutely.
I knew it was headed there. I knew
it was going to happen.
Yeah, you can't help yourself. 4 syllables come knocking at your door.
It's their fault.
I am not convinced that you are convinced the world is getting worse and only will get worse. Because if we were convinced of that, why would we be getting up every day and doing everything we can to build into something better than what we have now? What's the impetus? You do it every day. Every day you wake up and contribute as much as you can, and I'm going to interrupt your first syllable every time.
No, I should let you finish.
No. And also, I'm not convinced about the world is a bad place and getting worse, because, oh boy, do we have a lot of vitriol for the 1%. There's 8 billion people. What is that? 80 million in that group? Is that correct?
That's a lot.
That's a lot. But that's...
Your math is much better than mine.
I could be completely wrong.
I'm holding you to a higher standard.
Well, I'm holding you to a higher, because you just made a big kitten and pony show about you're holding yourself to a higher standard.
I'm trying.
But my point is... So there's 80 million of them that were like, could you guys stop taking and destroying just to get a bigger number in your escrow or whatever. There's 720 billions of you who are just like, man, this is brutal. What can we be doing? Can I just pick up some trash? Can I just try to be nicer to the kids around me? Can I just like try to make life better for the people that I interact with every day? There's 720 trillion of them. Yes.
Sensei.
Yes.
I have the luxury of having a husband who does the hard work.
Mm-hmm. My
in
math
the real
is
world.
terrible. I have no idea how
I
many
don't know
people
what you're
live on
talking
this
about.
planet.
720 billion. What are you talking about? I don't know.
Let's simplify the math. 1% are the friction. 99% are in your shoes right now, waking up every day like going, wow, this is brutal. What can we be doing? We have to fix things where we can and how we can. Your turn.
It's not pushback. I'm just saying, it's just perspective. I have the luxury, and it's not lost on me, of being a stay-at-home mom. I don't have to get up every morning and go to work and deal with a boss I hate and coworkers who disrespect me for meager pay, no lunch, no safety at work. I don't have to.
Hold on. Technically, you're the owner of Thayu, which makes me your coworker, and I disrespect you constantly. Nobody disrespects you more than I do.
Good thing is, since I am co-owner, I don't always have to be in the office, so you can deal with yourself and disrespect me in my absence.
You can fire me anytime you wanted. As the majority shareholder, you do not have to call a vote to fire me.
Also, I never have to come into the office unless I want to. But you know what I mean.
Yes, yeah.
My experience of this, not hellscape. I won't go that far because I've actually been in a place that was
Drama potato.
Yeah, I know. I'm a drama potato. Our house is full of them. You guys.
And when I leave to go to work, the number of drama potatoes in the house does not change at all.
You mistake yourself.
Please continue.
So, I know that my experience is different. And because of my privilege, my situation, I'm able to have the bandwidth to think, okay, now I'm not going to respond negatively to this thing or this person or this act. I'm instead going to do this. I have that bandwidth and I have that latitude to think about things like that. But there are people who don't have time for that. So it's not disagreeing, just perspective. The 720 trillion other people.
Yes.
There's
8 quadrillion people on the planet.
Those people.
75 in this room right now.
Those people, they're not there. They don't care that you're just trying to play at the park with your kids. They want to smoke. They left the house where they don't have any peace in the house. Everyone's stressed out. I've come to the park to smoke. Your problem, lady. I'm smoking in front of your kids. People don't have that latitude. They can't think beyond themselves, and I don't blame them. A lot of people are myopic because it's overwhelming. There's so little. I have such a lisp. There's so little control.
I'm not hearing. Could you say, Sister Susie sitting on a thistle?
Sister Susie sitting on a thistle. See, I have braces.
You have what?
I have braces. I'm just saying, I know that I can do something because I've thought about it and I want to. And I'm trying so hard to have the grace toward other people who look at me like I'm in their way because they're just trying to get through their day. You don't understand what I'm going through. No, I don't. So I'm trying to be conscious about those 720,000 quadrillion people who are going through the same thing, but a lot harder.
Now there's 8 quintillion people?
Oh, Mother Earth.
Stop! Starts sinking down in orbit.
You humans. You're such vermin. Stop having children. We can't. We want them. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. Also, how are you doing? That was this perspective, but what do you think? Do you think I'm wrong?
I think you're wrong.
Okay.
And I think that as an ignorant person who takes great pride in the experiences he's had over 40 years on this planet, I mean, that's all I've got. So I really kind of treasure them in my mind. So there's, this is anecdotal and there's a lot of bias because I think my experiences are great because that's what I've got. So don't, take it with a grain of salt, but I've said this to you before, in all my travels, all I've seen in every country, every caste I've visited, every culture, every religion, every income bracket I've interacted with, I've had, dinner with millionaires, some of whom are billionaires now. Like, I've had these dinners with those people. I've had dinners with people who had nothing. Everyone I've encountered, everyone I've interacted with, from the top 1% to the bottom 1%, all they want is to take care of the people that they love. That's all. They just want to have food that they can eat, a shelter that they can stay in, and the ability to support and bring comfort and joy to the lives of those that they care about. That's it. So when you talk about, other people don't have the bandwidth for kindness, it might feel that way sometimes, but I don't think that's true. You might not be in that person's orbit of kindness, but I imagine that person wakes up with one thought on their mind. How can I be supporting the people I care about? How can I be bringing comfort, joy, value to the community that I'm in the ways that I can? I don't think it always is consciously thought, but I do believe if that thought wasn't there, the person wouldn't get out of bed because there's no reason to get out of bed. There's, of course, the odd psychopath like these edge cases that delight in bringing misery to others, but I think that that's such a small sliver. It, barely registers a blip on my radar when it comes to concerns of the heart of this species. So there, the end. What you got?
Nothing. I'm just enjoying talking to you without someone screaming at me.
I know.
Nice. I'm almost anticipating the end of the conversation.
Yep.
Because what?
Someone's going to wake up from their nap or need help building a train. Or
someone took something from someone else.
The magnet tiles fall over.
Oh, gosh. End of the world. Apocalypse. I just remember that I haven't done my thing.
What's your thing? Oh. Would you be so kind? You see how that mic is pointed to the bridge of your nose? I don't want to note you to death on this.
Okay. Shall I angle it like this? What is this? Is this a microphone? Am I supposed to talk into it? Hello, microphone. Was that a better take?
That was so much better. And we've covered the 5 years. What's changed in the last week with you?
In the last week?
Yeah.
In the last week, it became April.
No fooling.
Yeah, we didn't do any of that. But, so January, February, March, I was trying to focus on German, and I got bored. So what? So April started, and I thought, you know what? Maybe that's why the progress stagnated. So I started focusing on Korean. That's what changed. Oh, Korean and Armenian. Yeah. That's what changed in April for me. So I'm doing my journal in German still, because now I'm more fluent in German. And also started writing in Korean as well. That is what has changed. Were you hoping for a different answer?
No. I'm just very curious about how your processing changes, like what you think about day to day and how you feel yourself moving through the world and how you measure yourself. That's all.
Oh, thank you. I love you. What has changed for you in the last week?
Very little.
Yeah, you just work.
Yeah.
But you did spend more time with us since you were home a lot more this past week.
Yeah. And I got to go out with the kids a couple of times. I think I went out with the two boys without you even. Yeah. Which is starting to be a thing.
And I got to vacuum.
With the environment.
Yes. With the hazardous vacuum cleaner. It still works. But I have to be careful where I put it, so it doesn't crush someone to death.
Okay.
Yes. Well, that's about it.
Okay.
In the last week, gosh, what has changed? That was the main thing. The language thing. I don't know. I told you, Pew, my life is the kids.
Yes.
That's what it is. No. our flowers started germinating.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk a little bit about that project?
So
Good Lord,
we've been reading a
hold
book.
on.
What?
The last time we were doing this stuff was when Miss Mandy Bird was down by the window. When we would do a regular, like a weekly check-in podcast.
That was a long time
That was so long ago.
She's gone.
I did see
gone.
a hummingbird right outside this window while we were recording, and I thought of Miss Mandy Bird, so maybe her kids are back?
Maybe. I was hoping they would nest in our tree. Maybe it was too much
What's the lifespan
traffic.
of a hummingbird?
I don't know, 2 years.
Okay, so those are her kids' or maybe even
Yeah,
her
grandkids.
kids'
Yeah. Yes. So Audric picked this book called Amazing Bees, which he obviously can't read, but he liked the picture of the
Dunk on a 1-year-old obviously can't read.
bee. But he saw the bee. And we talk about bees a lot. So he saw the bee. So he picked that book. And we started reading that book about 3 weeks ago. And the boys became so interested in bees. Darius is like, Mom, ask me that question again. How many body parts does an insect have? 3. Ask me the next one, Mom. Which is the biggest bee in a hive? Queen bee.
Loves knowing things and telling you how much he knows and the right way to do everything.
Yes, I love how inquisitive he is and how confident he is, even when he's wrong. And he tells you you're wrong.
Wait. So
What?
yesterday, are you saying that he got some of that information wrong about how elevators are installed?
But I liked his story, though. His
Would
explanation
you like to summarize?
I only had bits and snippets of it, but I know, as I understand it, lasers are operated by these laser men who are inside the elevator.
No. Laser guys shoot lasers into the ground until they get to the fuel, and then they stir the fuel with lasers until it has enough power to make an elevator go up and down.
Wow, it's even more elaborate than I knew. Gosh, he's so brilliant. I love that boy. I am honto.
Did you say brilliant or wrong? That is not how you make elevators.
No, but he comes up with his own stories.
Oh, yes.
Have you tried doing exercises with him, as in actual academic exercises with him?
Yes.
Yes, you
Remember,
have.
I did those books with the stickers.
Yeah.
And then I got too busy. I had to do editing in the afternoons.
Yeah, and now it's just mom, strict old mom.
I know.
But he tries to focus, but he's getting better at focusing. I have to give him that. He's getting so much better at focusing.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You start to wonder if the problem was with us, that we were expecting too much from a 3-year-old.
I know. Now that he's turned 4, he can sit a little longer. I mean, he still has trouble. He has to move around a lot. But now he's like, he if I tell him, so these are the instructions, he says, no. I'm going to do this instead. These are the instructions, but I'm going to do this instead. For example, can you circle the red triangle? He'll say, no, I'm going to draw lines coming from the square. And I'd like to think of that as being creative, but also he's a bit of me. He's so flighty. He can't focus.
Okay, well, let's put the worst of both of us in one child. One who half of it is flighty and half of it is I have to contradict authority figures or I can't breathe. Like I have no self-dignity if I don't just contradict everyone arbitrarily.
You should take responsibility.
I do. I absolutely do. And that's why I'm a lot more gentle with him on that. I'm going to hammer against authority.
Yeah.
Because I am genetically compelled to. There's no logic to what I'm saying or doing.
Yeah.
But I cannot let this authority figure tell me how to do anything or what to do.
And I do encourage him. I've in my quest to become a better mother, I encourage him. I tell him, "Oh, you're doing that so well. You're really if you focus more." Yeah.
I'm not ready to incorporate encouragement into our parenting technique. I don't think it's healthy for the child to be encouraged. Are you trying to seduce me, Mrs. Robinson? What on earth was that?
That was my failed attempt at expressing contempt.
Oh, okay.
Also, he's gotten so much better at rhymes.
You're old enough to be a Mrs. Robinson at this point.
I know. Oh, my goodness.
By golly. I would say that to you when we were children.
I know.
You are
I'm Mrs. Robinson. Hey! I will wear that with pride. I will walk around like a peacock. Do you know another thing that has changed?
What has changed?
These children have given me confidence to be my utmost ridiculous self. Have you seen me doing not tricks, because I'm terrible at tricks, but have you seen me dancing for them?
What do you mean when you say that you're doing tricks?
Tricks?
What does?
Oh, well, things that you wouldn't expect mom to do.
What are tricks in your?
I think magic tricks.
like whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Like, huh? Yeah.
That's a pretty good trick. I mean, if I was one, that would have killed.
Enraptured audience every time. Enraptured, not raptured.
Enraptured.
Enraptured. Okay.
Yeah.
Not
ruptured means to explode.
Yeah. Yes. Sorry, I was talking about bees. So we were reading that book about bees, and they became so interested. So I thought, we should plant flowers. So I went and I looked up native flowers to California, and we got some wildflower seeds, and we've been planting them. And they started germinating, and we're looking forward to them. Every day they go outside and they say, hi to the flowers. And it makes me wonder, do the plants hear them?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Plants absolutely do respond positively to affection.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because they're so loved.
Yes, yes, absolutely. They hear and they respond to it.
Okay. Thanks for saying that. That's my life. Were you hoping for something more interesting, Pew?
No. This is... it's okay to joke about how boring our lives are, but only because it is the most fascinated I've ever been in my life. That I wake up fascinated. Every minute of the day is fascinating. There isn't a single moment that goes by where I'm like, gee, look at the time. How long is it? It's just so fascinating to see children grow up and to see a business kind of come into its own natural shape. Yeah, no, there's nothing boring to me about
good.
what we do and what you talk about. And I miss it. There's nothing I miss more in this relationship than you.
Aw,
No.
I love you.
I love you too.
I like talking to you.
I miss you so much.
Last night you were so tired. I thought it was Darius in the bed because of how heavily you were breathing.
Was I on my back?
I even turned on... No, you on your side.
Oh, boy.
I even turned on my phone to check. Is Darius in our bed? Because he was so out. You were so tired and exhausted. But I knew you were happy. I knew you were happy. It wasn't...
You won't find a happier person on this planet. Last night, so we're reading... This is a message to you kids that listen in at home. We're reading Hatchet, the book about the little boy who crashes a plane in the wilderness of Canada and has to survive. And we're reading that. I'm reading it to Darius, and... He's digging it. But last night, halfway through the chapter, he was just on my chest sleeping. He fell asleep to the story of Hatchet. And you will never find a happier person on this planet than me when Darius falls asleep during story time on my chest.
Yeah.
And also, I'm even happier because it's so funny to me that you wake him up and make him go potty and then make him march to bed.
You make me wake him up. You always sign up. You say, no, I'm not doing this for him. Yeah.
And you won't find a more tired person because I'm up at 3 o'clock, 3:30 every day.
Yeah.
To do the office things before you wake up.
Allow me.
I won't. Forbidden.
You will allow me. Pew, is there something you would like to see change or done or attempted at in the next week? If not, in the next 5 years? You didn't see that coming. Tell me. And by a change, I mean in general and also specifically me.
What I would like to see change in general, there's not much. The world does what it does. It's always done what it does. It always will do what it does. So I'm not really asking much outside of this building. I'm trying to think. I'm not gonna like rub your nose in it, but throughout our relationship, I have said to you on several occasions, especially when you were being timid or withholding yourself from the world, I have said to you, and you're not worried about one day waking up and thinking there was no reason to do it that way, with the fear and the kind of like the inward, not loathing, but doubt. I've mentioned that to you. And I'm glad we got it on tape that you are waking up and looking back and saying like, wait, why did I do it that way with such little confidence in who I am and how I move through the world? how do we accelerate that looking forward? So this is the farthest you've ever come in that feeling of like, I am here. I am not a guest. I am here. But there's a lot of room to play. There's still a long way to play if you want to play further in that direction. So how do we accelerate that? How do we just keep reinforcing that when you are you in the most brazen and confident ways, it's only a positive feedback loop. You've never been punished for being beautifully brazenly you, but you've always behaved as if, well, I mean, you have been punished as a child. You were wildly punished growing up.
Therein lies the problem.
Yeah. But in your adult life, and in the entire time I've known you, I've only seen you be rewarded for you manifesting with the most confidence and the most glorious outward expression of how you process the world, which I get access to all the time because you love me and we've been together for so long. I know what that flavor of ice cream is and how much the world needs more of it.
Yeah.
How do we accelerate this process inside of you? How do we keep reinforcing that only good comes to you and only good is grown in the world when you express yourself as fully as possible?
I think we have a boost, a huge boost.
Okay.
Because of our sons.
Yes.
They make me want to because I don't want them to grow up feeling scared of the world and of themselves.
Because we can't teach them to be scared of the world and of themselves.
No. So they are making me want to do it. Now, as soon as our dear darling sweet Patuti Mosh can spend a few hours away from me without losing his mind, I want to go out. I want to go out and be dumb. I want to go out and do things that I was afraid of doing.
What does it mean to you to be dumb?
To go out and be dumb? Okay, that was poor diction on my part. There's
a lot of wiggle room in go out
dumb.
and be dumb.
Yes, I already did the 20s. My 20s, I mean, not 1920s. Oh, wait, no, we did the 20s also.
Yeah, you did the 20s and you did your 20s, and your 20s were not that different from the roaring 20s.
Well, I want to, for example, often in the past, pre-40 years old me was always thinking of, okay, how do I get into this group? How do I not ingratiate myself, but sort of find my way into this group so that I can secure employment for the future as a singer or a performer? And I'm finding that that's not the way to go about things. Why don't I create? And you talk about this all the time. We talk about this. Why don't I make things of my own? So, moving forward, any opportunity to create, music or otherwise, I just want to do it. Like with the flowers. I just want to do it. There's this producer I'm working with.
You mean like the flowers out front?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just want to do it.
But that's like why I love you.
What?
Because of how you process the world. I want to be like those flowers I planted.
Yeah.
I want to grow towards the sun.
I just want to do it. I just want to do it. You say, Swinky, do you want to wear a costume? Yes, I'll wear one. Who's going to shoot me? Will it stop raining? It doesn't rain in LA anyway. It's fine. I'll do it. I'll wear. Do you want to wear cowboy boots? Yes, I will wear them.
Dude, that was like the most fun I've had in so long. Was going to the cowboy store I cannot wait till I have an afternoon to take Darius to the cowboy store and get him the boots he so obviously wants and deserves.
Can I come?
It might be just me and him.
It might be a boy.
It might be like a special little thing that
I see.
It's a rite of passage when a son and father go out to get cowboy boots for the first time together.
I hear you.
And then we'll go together as a family of 4. But is that okay if I do that?
That's fine. And he wants a sombrero also. He's been thinking about sombreros.
Dude, he'll get hats. He'll get cowboy boots. Whatever he wants from the cowboy store.
Okay.
We will get for him. But it can't happen soon because we're just coming off of Christmas and his birthday. So it's going to have to be a little bit before we go out and do a spoil him.
Gladys Day.
That might be a good day. And then I have to take you, don't I? Look at you negotiating.
Shosho Gladys is my mom.
You want to explain Shosho Gladys Day?
Shosho Gladys, my mom's name was Gladys. And her birthday was June 1st. Yes. And since we have a lull Darius' birthday is in February, and then Pew's birthday is in August, and then Aldrich's is in October, and then Christmas.
Let's take my birthday out of that because that one's not really like.
His birthday is in August.
It's fine. Okay. I'm not talking down or abusing myself. I'm just saying.
Or claiming you don't exist.
Yeah, I'm saying that the kids' birthdays are blowout bonanzas where we really just want to celebrate them. We want to shoot fireworks and have a parade for our children.
Yeah.
I don't need that for myself. I'd rather you know what I mean? Like
I know what you mean.
We can skip my birthday. You're usually in Pennsylvania anyway. I celebrate alone.
That's true.
It's me and my tears that celebrate my birthday.
Happy birthday to me. So
hey, little guy.
So between February and October, there's this lull. So we decided June 1st.
And we're talking Lull, not LOL.
No. Is that how you pronounce it? Do you say lull? I thought you say lull. Peter, you're distracting me. So between February and October, there's nothing. So we decided June 1st will be Shosho Gladys Day. Yes. And we'll have a big blowout something or other to celebrate Shosho Gladys. Even though she's not physically with us, we still want to celebrate her existence because she is with us.
She's in the house every day.
Yeah.
As you said at the beginning that you're turning into your mother.
I am. Hugh, do you want to hear something?
No.
You will.
I will not.
Listen,
I will rip my ears off before I listen to you.
So we were reading books the other night, and Kadiri stops and says, "Mom, you're old." He looked at my hand, and sometimes he says things because the wheels are turning, and those are the words that come out. And I said, "No, what makes you say that?" And he said, "Over here, I can see this." And then he looked at his own hand and said, "I'm old over here too."
Wait, what? Is it just a vein?
I think the veins shrink. I think he only associates being able to see veins with older people.
That makes sense when you're a baby. I mean, we've been stabbing Aldrich for months now trying to get some blood out of him. And we can't find a vein to save our lives.
That's true. And I just thought, oh, he's so sweet. The way he thinks about things. The way he thinks about things and how he sees the world is really changing my perspective on who I am and where I stand. And I am important to him, so I have to behave like I am important.
That's the weirdest thing about being a parent is suddenly you have to be a role model.
Yeah.
And Lord knows, like, it's not a given that either of us should be role models.
Nope.
And not just like a attaboy, go get 'em. It's a 24/7 role model, and you have to step up to the plate.
Yeah, yeah. They're really teaching us, aren't they?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
What, me?
Are you terrified?
Yeah.
The weight of the responsibility?
No, because I just, like, the only tool I have in my arsenal is to be honest with him, so when the sugar rush of youth wears off and he is able to perceive the ways in which I'm flawed, it's not like a hammer to the chest for him. It's, Dad's always been honest with me. He's told the truth about what he's good at and what he's bad at, and now I can really perceive what he doesn't do well. Because right now I'm like,
you're infallible.
Yeah. And I'm very fallible, and it's a shortcoming on his ability to process information that he's not seeing my fallibility. And I hope that he's ready for that once he's able to process the ways in which I come up short.
Yeah.
And that's all I've got is just like trying to be an honest parent at every turn.
You're doing a great job, and you know it.
I'm really good at being a dad.
You're a really good dad.
It's probably what I'm the best at so far in my life.
In your life.
Yeah. I could lighten up on him sometimes, I imagine. If we surveyed the children, I think Darius would say that I could lighten up on him.
He would say that to me too. Yes. But just stop bullying your brother. Your life would be so much easier. That's where I'm at with that. And he's figuring it out.
Yeah.
Like right now when I was handing them over to the babysitter, he was already snatching toys from Audrey. And I said, okay. And he was worried. He thought, oh man, I'm in trouble. And I just wanted to leave them on a nice warm note, And I said, okay, so none of the things here are ours. So we're sharing everything, okay? They're for the other kids, and we're sharing with the other kids. They aren't here, but we're sharing with them. So Audrey can have anything he wants. and you can help him. Do you
Did he
want to
help
get
him?
him something? Yeah.
Did he step up to the plate?
Oh, he did. And he said sorry to Aldrich, and we did hugs, and they were happy. And I left them, and they were buenos.
They're such borders.
Yeah, they're such buenos.
Borders.
I love those boys.
And that's the other reason I don't believe you, is you talk about despair, but I know that you are happy from when you wake up to when you go to sleep.
Yeah.
So the despair feels largely intellectual. I know you feel it too, but it feels like a byproduct of overthinking and not truly reflective of how your heart responds to the world from sunup to sundown. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Fair?
It's a fair assessment. It is.
I'm not saying that there's no despair, and I'm not saying that there's no reason to despair. I'm just saying that, when I asked you how you're doing, despair was pretty front and center with where you're at right now.
Because we're talking about where I've been in the last 5 years and what I've been experiencing. It's just it's an aggregate of what I've been feeling in general. A lot of it. Remember, there was a few weeks where I was just down. I would say, I would tell you, I'm feeling this way, and this it kept playing in my mind that my opinion, my feelings, my desires don't matter at all. I am nothing. I am nothing in this world. Remember?
Absolutely, I remember that.
We were talking about it. Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to say you're wrong about how you're feeling, but I want you to consider this other perspective. Because it's legitimate to feel really powerless, and, you're 1 in 8 billion people.
800
trillion, quadrillion.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's very, when you frame it like that, when you look at the tides shifting of our entire society, and you're one person out of millions, out of billions of people, it's easy to feel small and insignificant. But I just want to, I want to add another little number to the equation that you're running here, the emotional equation.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have the shift that we saw in the last kind of really 2 years is when it hit the fever pitch that has us both concerned. Your voice, your ability to express, and your ability to influence the tide of our society has not diminished in the last 2 years. You're as small as you were 2 years ago. We're still 1 out of 8 billion.
Mm-hmm.
You got your 1 vote out of 8 billion on how the society should act. I've got my 1 vote. Same size as before. Your size hasn't changed so much as your agreement or your comfort in the tide. Does that make sense? So you feel smaller, but your size hasn't changed at all. It's just the tide has become more uncomfortable for a person who processes the world the way you do. Is that fair?
That's fair. Yeah.
And I would even argue that in the last 5 years, your influence over the world has grown exponentially, like orders of magnitude that can't even be calculated, because 5 years ago, you weren't shepherding the hearts of 2 children who look up to you. Now you are. There are 2 people, let's shrug and assume they're going to live to be 80. That's 160 years of influence that these 2 people will have on the world, and you're there every day setting them up to improve the world every chance they have. So your vote for the world to be the way you want it to be went from 1 to 3 in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Your influence tripled. Not only that, you got 40 years left, good ones, maximum, me too. you just added 2 packets of 80 years to your ideas and your influence and your ability to change that tide that we're in.
Mm-hmm.
So I do a little bit disagree with the way you're framing your influence and the way I disagree with the foundation on which you're building this despair that you're experiencing. I'm not saying that despair is illegitimate.
Mm-hmm.
I've been despairing. I have despaired. I will despair again.
Yes.
But I do want you to consider the foundation on which you're building this despair and make sure that it is justified and as robust as you feel things. This is just how you are. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you feel them and believe that they're justified and robust because you feel them so strongly.
Right.
But please do consider all the different factors that play into the foundation on which you're building your despair. And you might find that the structure isn't as reliable as it seems sometimes.
I love you.
Or I could have just said, I love you.
You're so stoic.
Mm.
You know, I appreciate your parents for raising you the way they did. Because you know how to figure out where we are in the matrix. You can tell the truth from the matrix.
You know what they should have said when they gave him that like pill and then he went they should have been like, and now you have to say zip zap zop and then go into the like they should have made him say something stupid.
Like that, and make him do this.
Here, eat this pill and then go zip zap zop and jump into that mirror.
Yeah.
And he would have walked over and gone zip zap zop.
Yeah.
Would have been a way better movie. Anyway, yes, I did construct the Matrix.
Yes, you're good at that, and that's good for you. I'm glad that that's how you were raised. Because me, for a long time, my only lens was, oh, God. God. That's it. This is how God wants it. And that definition of God was very narrow. That's it. I'm not saying religion is bad. I'm just saying the definition of God was very narrow. And that's the one I grew up with.
I understand. I'm not frustrated at you mentioning God. I'm frustrated at people narrowing the lens to God so tightly.
Mm-hmm.
Because the broader your lens is on God, the more incredible he becomes.
Mm-hmm.
It is this really like deeply rooted paradox that frustrates me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish people could expand the lens of God and religion as broad as they could possibly stretch it in their minds and hearts.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd find that if you stress test God and stress test faith and religion, it, instead of like confining it and having it rely on a closed ecosystem built on blinders and ignorance, the harder you stress test, the more broad you make that lens, the more incredible God becomes. It withstands the stress tests, the idea of God. At any scale, it withstands the stress test. So it frustrates me when people are locked in, like raised in that narrow view of faith. And I'm saying this as an agnostic. That
From the outside looking in.
Yeah.
From standing next to the lens, going, hey, that's a really small lens.
Yeah. And standing next to the lens and next to God, you realize that both of them are infinitely large. Like they don't need to be limited or packaged with ignorance. And when it's packaged with limitations and baked in ignorance of like, you can't read that, you can't know that, you can't ask that question, you can't study that idea, it really is suspicious that it's not about faith or religion. It's about control. And it's very frustrating because if you consider faith sincerely, there's no ceiling, there's no wall to the stress tests
it's
it can
everything.
endure. Yeah.
Is it your mom that says everything is everything?
Bingo. That takes us right back to the day before we decided to be a couple. It was on the table. I called her, told her. She knew all our history. Such a history it was. But when I told her we were considering getting back together, that was all she said to me was, everything is everything.
Yeah.
And figure it out.
She sent me a sweet song this morning.
What did she send you?
It was in a dream. It was in a dream.
Really?
Yeah. And she said, I don't know if you told me this, Swinky. I don't think I sang her that song because it was I love you, Mom. You are my mom. And I love you. Something like that.
Wait, did she write it or in your dream?
She heard it in her dream and she thought maybe I sang it to her.
Oh, okay.
Telling her that I heard it or something like that.
Okay, so she, in real life, she called you and said that you sang a song to her in her dream. Something to the effect of, I love you, Mom.
Yes. So, no. So
Swinky tells the most confusing stories in the universe.
She called me. I was asleep. So she left a message. Actually, I wasn't asleep. Audric was bothering me. So
okay, but she, in waking world,
she in real life,
mom,
your real mom,
my real mom actually called real
me
Swinky.
And left real Swinky a message.
A voice message about a song.
Dream.
A dream that she had in which you sang a song to her.
She heard the song and she thought that I sang it to her.
Okay.
In the dream or not, I don't know. But she thought that I sang it to her. So she sang it to me in the message that she left on my phone in real life.
Swinky, that was absolutely the most confusing story you've ever told. And none of your stories make any sense.
I know. It's fodder. It's so that you can pick the best parts and then you just run. Fodder. Fodder.
Oh, I thought you were saying 4D, like this story exists in 4 dimensions.
It's a fodder?
A Forda? Like a Forda story.
Like, is it something people
1
say?
1 to 2 to 3 to 4.
You're such a goofball. No. Fodder.
It's fodder.
It's fodder.
It's fodder?
It's fodder conversation.
Speaking of fodder, this fodder needs to go check in on those 2 brothers.
Okay, all right. I love you.
I love you too. I miss you so much. And I'm looking forward to when the kids are old enough to be away from you for at least an hour. And we can afford babysitters. And
I'm looking forward to all that
you and
too.
I can just sip tea and chat again finally.
Yes.
I love you so much.
I love you, Kiancho. I miss you too. I'm glad we can hang out now.
Bye.
Bye. I'm going to sip in goodbye.